What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's John Escudero, and I'm here with the boys. Caesar and Frank will be replacing Nicholas tonight.
What's up, guys?
That was great. I was so caught off guard, I won't lie.
Yeah, man. What up, everybody? It was another episode of AEW Dynamite tonight, the go-home episode before AEW Dynasty this Sunday. So we'll get right into that closing segment.
With BBL Joey?
BBL Joey.
I thought that was great. That one line.
I actually forgot it was happening. I thought the show was over with the Ospreay match. Right, I was like, oh, okay. And just Swerve comes out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, yeah, he said he'd be out here.
It was like 2 minutes to the hour. I was like, what in the hell is this?
Yeah, me too. No, I checked the app to see if this was like a replay or something like that, or a skip back.
No, it was definitely 7:01 on my end when it started. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Keep going.
Great moment right here. This shit right here. What the fuck was that about? That was awesome. That was awesome. Super Saiyan stomp. It just takes out all the security and they get right into the brawl.
That could have ended up terribly, right?
It could have. It really could have. That's the thing about moves like that. It's like that could have. He could have stomped two dudes right in the neck, right in the head, and fucking jacked their necks.
Yeah, or fell in his face like the Shockmaster, right?
Right. Oh, but a horrible, worse version of it. Like a Shockmaster, and I paralyzed two other fucking security guards.
Oh man, that would be right.
That'd be horrible. Thankfully, no one got hurt. It was a great segment, I thought.
Dude, that was
Joe Swerve looked great, and then Joe takes his ass out anyway because that's been the name of this game. Like it doesn't matter what Swerve does, Joe's got something for it. The Swerve keeps getting back up.
Yeah.
How are y'all feeling about this right now?
I'm super pumped, especially for Sunday. Holy crap!
Yeah, Swerve's time. They gotta do it, man. They have to do it.
Dynasty.
Let's go.
Yeah. This is about the time. I mean, there's no other time. There's no other time, man. It's about time for Swerve to become world champion.
Oh my God.
Give it.
I really enjoyed Joe as AEW world champion. Admittedly, I loved that he finally got the chance to be that guy on that stage, especially at this stage of his career. But he's the right guy. He's the perfect guy to move it over to Swerve too. He's like a great monster villain, like a bad dude. It's great.
Just an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of an asshole, but he's real. No, his thing is he feels real.
Yeah.
He feels legit. Exactly. He feels like real shit. Like you come across Joe, if you could beat that guy, you're some real shit too. You know,
especially for a belt too.
It's for the world championship. You must be real shit. So that's going to look great on Swerve. I can't wait to see how they structure that match because that's going to be another important thing too. Based off of how they've told the story for the past few weeks, I imagine Swerve is going to get his ass beat.
Yeah.
But he'll win. He'll definitely pull it out in the end. It's awesome.
They have to.
It's a great. It's such
Swerve versus Ospreay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's such a great path. Like Swerve becomes champion now. He can run roughshod all fucking spring and summer, and then at the end of the summer, you can do the Ospreay move, and it's like
they have to.
It's perfect.
That stadium.
Yeah.
Those two.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like a dream, right?
Credit card.
Oh man, 50. Well, it looks like it's gonna be 50,000 this year, and fucking Swerve and Ospreay in front of that crowd with that kind of environment. It looks like they if you look at the map, it looks like this year they're gonna have a big ass stage too. Like last year they went with the minimal staging so that you can fit more people in. And I was like, I understand, but for that size show, I really wanted them to have some extravagant, gigantic structure up there, like and it looks like
size stage.
Something that costs way too much. Something that they should
like was it Wrestle Kingdom that one year when the stage was like super big and Kenny Omega was in the one match with
they only used it once. We're only gonna use it once, but we paid $28 million for it or whatever. Richard Cotton says AEW Collision in Peoria, Illinois on Saturday. Let's go 420. I do love that they're putting so much emphasis on the 420 of it. That's very good for me. I was like,
incoming Raw Van Dam match.
I enjoy that. I'm pretty sure they announced him, didn't they? I'm pretty sure Shivani at the end of Collision last week was like, next week 420 Collision, Rob Van Dam will be here, but they didn't give it a graphic and they didn't announce it on the tweet or anything like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it you or Neek that had that theory about him having a certain opponent at that show?
Oh, that it could be RVD versus Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I think he did have a thing with Japan that ended recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of heat along American amongst the American audiences, but I wouldn't mind it. I just don't want to deal with the fucking bullshit of everybody getting on top of their fucking high horse. And I hate Matt Riddle, and I hate this match. It's like you ruined the whole fucking.
These are jerks.
You ruined the whole
match.
Yeah, Matt Riddle could go. Him and RVD would be awesome.
Oh, that'd be sick. I think they just had that match on the Indies somewhere too.
For real?
Oh.
But I haven't seen it. I'm sure it was a fucking promotion that I don't even know the name of.
Here's BB3710W or something
like that.
Something ridiculous.
Ultimately, though, yeah, Swerve looked great here. He's gonna look great as world champion.
Oh,
they're gonna bleed. He's gonna bleed.
Can't wait for that pay-per-view Sunday. That shit is stacked.
My credit card already has paid for it, so I'm good.
Richard Cotton said the rumor is RVD versus Matt Riddle. That'd be cool. Nick, I'm pretty sure Nick started that rumor, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, if it happens.
But do you guys have anything else to say about that closing segment on Dynamite?
I'm stoked for Saturday.
Yeah, they did it right. They hooked it up. I see Swerve being a crossover star if they do it right.
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely. 100%. He's got charisma. He's got connections. Had on a Maybach music hat tonight. Rick Ross is in the middle of a big high profile feud with Drake and all of that. That's a big pop culture headline right now. If Swerve could get himself involved in that, get Rick Ross to show up on Sunday or something on the pay-per-view and be like, fuck Drake on camera, like they would be 3 seconds, they'd be fucking all over the headlines the next morning.
Yeah, the ratings would blow up so hard too.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. You have a good night, my friend.
Thank you.
So, cutting it back to the beginning of the show, Jon Moxley opened the show as IWGP World Champion.
I believe that. That is so awesome for him.
What a great promo, too.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out, inspires the shit out of me, makes me feel like I'm not doing enough in my life. Challenges the Callis family, specifically Hobbs, to a match next week.
That's gonna be interesting.
Nice.
That's a great callback to Hobbs' debut in AEW.
Yeah, they mentioned that too. Actually,
they did. Oh, that's great. I love that. I as soon as he mentioned Hobbs, I was like, "Fuck yes, that's right. He was a young boy. It was one of your children."
Yeah, it's such a weird match. Like their dynamics.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that though a lot. If I was wondering if they were going to get into Mox versus Ospreay, which would have been weird because Ospreay is totally on path to be the top babyface in the company, so it would have been weird to set up the heel thing. But the last thing Ospreay and Mox did in Japan was fucking fight each other and get into the issue and then be like, I'll see you down the road. So I thought they were going to get right back into it. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
They're saving it. They're saving it, probably.
I hope so. It's great stuff.
Ooh.
Essentially, these opening promos to insert Mox back into AEW's current of ongoing storylines. They just kind of put his ass right back into the Don Callis family versus BCC. I guess BCC, which I didn't realize was a gang feud until this week. But it's like it was specifically Bryan versus Ospreay for a while, and then now we're banging feuds. But now we're banging gangs or gang banging. but I'm down with it. I don't know what
Claudio.
I'd like to see the gang I'm a big fan of gang warfare in wrestling. I know last year a lot of people were like, "Oh no, the Elite versus BCC. I hate this. They keep fighting each other." I love that shit. I love the escalation. I love that they get more. It got more violent and more violent, and it's like I love that environment.
Moxley bleeds.
Moxley bleeds.
Just hearing that sentence, he bleeds.
He did bleed during his promo. What the hell?
He did not. Disappointed. Did not get my money's worth.
Yeah. Refund.
So, Jordan Kirby says, "Are we seeing Swerve as AEW champ?" Absolutely, Jordan. 100%.
Stupid if they didn't, especially at Dynasty.
It would have to be they would have to be setting up a massive fucking angle for Swerve not to win the belt on Sunday. Because how do you disappoint that many people at once and come back from it?
I think they could.
Someone knock on wood.
I can't imagine. It would have to. I can't even think of something that would be worth Swerve not winning the championship on Sunday. I was like, I don't know, maybe MJF or something, but not even. Like, I wouldn't even nothing. Literally nothing.
No.
But yeah, no, Mox is back in AEW's ongoing stories. I thought that was interesting because there was that report that he might be taking time off to be IWGP champion in Japan, but it's not like Japan runs a weekly show. You know, they do tours that lead into pay-per-views, and he will be back in the beginning of May as world champion for a double shot tag team match and then a defense against Ren Narita. So that's still going. But it is cool to see Mox on here and not only as IWGP world champion, but kind of being treated as a world champion on this product.
Yeah.
Like, that is pretty sweet, actually.
That's cool as fuck. I know I've seen complaints from people that I believe don't watch the show, but let's imagine that they do. They complain that why are there so many titles from other companies on this program?
Yeah.
Listen.
It's been 5 fucking years of this program totally and fully acknowledging the world of professional wrestling outside of itself.
How could you hate that, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Especially some of the matches we've gotten.
Yeah.
We're getting spoiled.
I don't know. I mean, I try to understand everybody. That's my thing. I really try to understand. Like, so maybe I think, okay, well, maybe they're confused, but they can't. You can't be. There's no fucking way. Like, I understand the joke is, wrestling's audience is kind of dull, but there ain't no way. Look at the triangle. It's a triangle. It doesn't look like any of the other belts you've seen on your show all week long. You can just.
I kind of want to go back to the old one, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a common thought, but it's not going to happen. Ultimately, I just wanted to say that, it's don't play stupid. You know what the fuck it is. Context clues were taught in school.
Where's the triangle fit in the square?
But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good opening from Mox. We followed that with a promo from Mercedes, who she's like, listen, the lights turned on and off. It had to be Julia Hart. And I'm like, you know what? Sound logic. I can't argue with that.
Like, who else could it be? Not anybody else.
I would at least consider Julia a suspect. They do like to play with the lights.
Was it the YS6 maybe?
Just on the side with a switch flickering it.
It was the ghost of CM Punk.
Oh,
canceled. No, so they follow that segment with Willow also getting taken out backstage
in the
light. Well, we don't know that. We found her broken, so she could have gotten taken out in the dark too.
Matt Hardy.
It was Stokely.
I thought to myself immediately it was Chris Statlander. Like, that was my thought. You got killed by your own friend. I'm sorry that happened to you. But they are telling a story that makes you're supposed to want to believe it could have been Mercedes too. I don't. I immediately believed it was Chris, but they set it up so that Mercedes is questioning people. Then this happens, and then post-match, she's considering taking out Willow. Like, she might. Yeah, it might have been this bitch. Like,
she's the devil.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for the shoe to drop on the heel turn with Mercedes, because it feels like the inevitable. This babyface version of her feels really like
forced,
sarcastic. Like, she doesn't really feel the smile on her face. She's just fucking saying what she needs to say to get into position for the title, and then she's gonna show her true colors.
Yeah. What do you think about her theme song?
I'm getting used to it, but I don't dig it as much as the one that she had before she got here, which I found out.
WWE?
No, the Moné Mercedes thing, you know.
Oh, the Japan one. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that had from what I heard, it had 2 samples in it, which means they would have had to clear the license for the original song and clear licenses for the 2 samples. And they were like, nah, you fucking, how about you make one? You like rapping?
Jam.
We got a producer. Let's ask him.
Get your uncle or cousin Snoop, write you some bars, huh? Write you a verse. No, if you actually listen to her song, it's interesting. I'll say that. I don't want to say
like her current theme.
It's interesting. I just don't dig it as a theme song. Like when it hit after this match, it doesn't hit me like a theme. Like it doesn't.
It doesn't pull you.
It doesn't have that impact moment. Like it's a theme in wrestling. You start with that like. Def Rebel has a shitty version of it now. They just say your name. Like they just say your name first. Like
Daily.
L.A. Night or fucking A-Town Down. Like they just say your name first. Then none of that is gonna compare to the glass shattering. Like that's what you need to be aiming for. The glass shattering, like something that is recognizable off the top. Like Okada's coin drop. Like that's perfect. Like and when that coin drops, I lose my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so simple but so effective too.
The Mercedes theme takes like 10 seconds to get to the first drop. So she's running out and it's still building to the moment.
Who is it? Like, who is it? Oh, it's Mercedes.
No, you know it is, dude. That's the part that stinks. Like it's Mercedes, but the music don't hit enough for it to get hype.
You're literally like, oh, commercial break.
Some people are bothered that she hasn't wrestled yet.
Some?
Yeah, I kind of
a lot.
I've taken that. I feel like it's pretty obvious at this point that she's just not cleared. Like, I don't like.
You said that last time too. It's true. I could see it. That's what's going on.
It's been a long time, man. It's been a few weeks. If she could wrestle, I think she'd wrestled. I think she would have wrestled.
On ROH.
What happened to her ankle? Right.
It was a heel. Apparently, it was a heel. Yeah, it was a heel injury.
Right.
That's horrible. But the Edge match takes place. Edge fights his way through David and Goliath style for a little while. He gets his ass beat. Willow eventually does come out, gets a tag in, but she gets her ass knocked out by Jane, put to sleep. Mercedes kind of comes out for a save, but like we mentioned earlier, she doesn't know if Willow really hit her or not, so she's like, iffy about it. We'll see how that follow up on that. The segment after Samoa Joe running down Swerve Strickland, he said, I thought he had the qualities of a champion, but I keep beating him down and he keeps getting back up. That's not the qualities of a champion. That is the quality of a punching bag. I was like, shit.
That's really firing on all cylinders.
He called Swerve a choke artist, and then
that was the one that caught me off guard when he said that.
I was like, okay. And then they did a promo later in the show where Swerve talks to Renee and he says, I'm not even going to respond to you. I'm going to respond to Joe.
All due respect.
Right out there in the ring. He did give her respect, thankfully. More wrestlers need to give respect to their announcer counterparts, damn it.
He's being very Canadian there. Whoa!
Bring that up. I think somebody posted it. I didn't know this picture existed. They always find these old pictures. If there are pictures of me and wrestle, like if somebody pulled out the picture of me and Bobby Fish at that one Ring of Honor, I'm fucked.
I'll be right back.
Don't bring that shit up. I don't listen to the Spanish commentary, so I was caught off guard by this. But AEW's hired legendary Spanish commentary, Carlos Cabrera.
Nice.
Hugo Savinimish somewhere fuming. No, like fuck.
Their matches at Dynasty for the chair.
No, Hugo's got a big part in AAA down there. So I think he probably has his own feelings about AEW right now. They followed that with a segment from the Bucks. No, actually, it started off as an FTR promo video. And the Bucks just like, actually, we don't have any time on the show tonight. We're gonna cut that. Fucking Tony Khan is just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Tony looks like he's like distracted over to the side, like not
I really like this. I like that they fuck because they're
fun,
EVPs. I like that they fuck with the show. it's cool as fuck. It's like some so weird Deadpool break the fourth wall, peek under the curtain thing. Like, hey, sorry, throw that shit out. FTR is not good right now. It's my show. I appreciated that. Good shit. We followed that with a match, trios match, 6-man, the Elite versus Red Death Triangle, Danny Garcia, Pac, and Penta. Which the match goes about how you thought it would. Somewhere around the commercial break, Matt Jackson starts doing his own commentary during commercial. Did any of this make it onto television?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I was gonna be disappointed if you guys didn't get to see that. That was actually great.
Yeah, when he was giving him the suplex.
Yeah. I know Booker T did it first, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy it if it happens again.
Yeah. Right.
Okada does end up killing Daniel Garcia. Look at the pain on. Look at the sadness of Daniel Garcia's face.
Yeah.
He's just
this 2-week push is over.
I'm done. I'm cooked. That's such bullshit.
So you guys can kill him.
I like that he's in the ring with Okada. Don't get me wrong, but he had momentum behind him leading up to the TNT title match.
He was on fire for a while. I thought they were gonna do something with him, and then that was it.
They should have strapped him. Honestly, if this was the way it was gonna go, they should have just gave him the belt off of Christian and let Edge and Christian do their thing. Because for what it's worth, I mean, I like the image of Edge with the belt, and I guess you can say like, I have Edge in my championship lineage. But man, it would have done so much more for Daniel Garcia to be champion right now. So yeah, not digging that he went out or that they used him as bait afterwards to beat his ass for Pac to jump in and then set up the trios match on Saturday. The Elite versus Pac and FTR. I think it's funny that Pac, actually, that's a pretty funny, subtle story that I'd rather they wouldn't tell, where Pac has 2 partners and he's like, oh, fuck, these didn't work. I'm going to find 2 better partners. I'm going to try it again. I don't like what that says.
You got a side piece going.
Right? But yeah, the Elite reign victorious. Great sign there. And I fucking move on. This was the segment I was not digging. We had Chris Jericho come out. We had Taz and Hook make their way out with Jericho. Jericho basically tells Hook they're attempting to turn the Jericho discourse into a storyline with the idea that Jericho is aware that people think that he ruins people's momentum. He even mentions the words, like specifically the buzzwords that people use about him online. The fucking Jericho vortex, learning tree. What was that, Frank?
This is bad.
Yeah. It was poorly acted. Hook to his credit is always like this, but it didn't work when Taz gets shoved and Hook kind of barely cares. He's like maybe
this segment.
Maybe. Then he finally does get involved and he just tells Jericho, like, you get out of here. Don't come back. Like, what the fuck was that?
Has his build too, and they push him and he goes over that easy. I'm like, that shit would never happen. Jericho.
They're like, oh yeah, it's a knee injury. I'm like, you didn't fucking say that before. Shut up.
Someone's getting in trouble.
I don't think they're gonna be in trouble. It was just kind of poorly done.
Yeah.
I see what they were going for too, which stings, because with a little more effort, I think you could have done the same exact segment and it probably would have went over. It would have been cool.
Yeah, maybe Tony crashed off his coke when he wrote that segment.
Or Jericho. This is very Jericho, very Chris Jericho. It brings me back to the conversation I had before, where it's like, how do we deal with the Chris? issue where he's just got
Yeah.
no heat left and there's no interest from the audience, and no matter what he does or how hard he tries, they can't seem to make people care. You got to make them miss him. Just get him off fucking screen.
Send him on tour for a bit. Let him go with Fozzy.
No, he got to go back to Stanford. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's at, the next pay-per-view.
No, that's how it works now. If he just takes this exact same gimmick, doesn't do anything with it, and goes to Stanford, then
it'll work.
He'll be the fucking. It'll be over as fuck. It only works over there, guys.
For some reason.
Anyway, Toni Storm and Mariah May with Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. They worked pretty hard. The crowd did get into it in the end. I enjoy watching Mariah May in the ring. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. She reminds me of Mina in that she's really pretty, and you would just kind of, because of years of seeing pretty girls stink at wrestling, you just kind of assume like Mariah's gonna stink too, but she absolutely does not. She is great.
It's great. Yeah.
She's not doing the diesel boot in the corner. Right?
Wow.
That joke. Oh, camera, look at my pussy. Yeah. Normal ass. That's the thing. Same divas move.
The wink choke.
It's the Broad Patties match on AEW. It's like,
damn. They work pretty hard. I think Deonna Purrazzo she's another great wrestler, but she's just never been able to grasp any sort of really interesting character, I think. But she bounces. Yeah, she a little bit. I think it works. I think that kind of wrestling looks better with some people than it does with others. Like, because sometimes it just looks like a fight. Like, oh shit, they're scrapping. And other times one person is trying to be crisp, and the other person is a little rough. And it's like, oh, this doesn't look very well. But ultimately, I always thought Deonna Purrazzo's big thing was that she just hasn't found a real compelling character for herself.
Yeah, well, she should be a heel, first of all. She's not a face.
For sure. I agree with that. She's got a bit of an edge to her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she was in Impact as, like, the Queen Virtuosa. That was pretty heelish.
But, she's got this, like, I'm from New York, right? She's got this New Jersey attitude that I think you can really use on TV.
She's so cool next to her. Yeah.
She is, right?
Yeah. She's next to her.
It's right there. It's like on a bubble. It's like right under the surface. Like, there is something for Deonna Purrazzo, and maybe you got to lean a bit into some characteristics. Like, you just want to like maybe not Jersey Shore, but like Newark downtown. Like, get the fuck out of my way, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's right there, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got to lean into some of them stereotypes and not like racial stereotypes, but like New Jersey stereotypes. And like, you really, really do something with her. Yeah. It's there. But she appears to be. It looks like they're setting up a 3-way for the world's title, for the women's world title, between Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, and Deonna. At this point,
that'll be dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I prefer that than Toni versus Thunder Rosa straight up right now. Anyway.
Yeah, especially if Thunder's still kind of banged up.
Thunder Rosa's interesting. So the match ends. Deonna gets the roll up win. Toni Storm attacks immediately. I was like, that's a real one. She didn't even wait for the bell to stop ringing. She's like, bad fucking bitch. Thunder Rosa comes out, absolutely smokes Luther. Holy shit!
Did you guys hear the Luther chant?
Yeah, but she also knocks the shit out of Toni Storm, which is like, I thought, oh shit, that was great. But then I also remember, like, a couple weeks ago, I'm pretty sure she stiffed Toni Storm and caught a receipt on camera, because you can hear Toni fucking cracks Thunder Rosa, and you hear her say like, Jesus, like. And it looks like they're
first time stiffing somebody, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like they're still going a little, like, I don't know, maybe it was the clothes Thunder Rosa was wearing, maybe them pants were a little stiff, but takes out Luther first, knocks the shit out of him. She takes out Toni Storm, knocks the shit out of her. Big almost slips up with Mariah May in there, and it just looked like she was swinging. Like, why are you swinging on these people for real? Like, wasn't that your issue before? Like, weren't they mad at you before for this? Do they not speak to you in the locker room?
Tony makes a gimmick out of everything, right?
I hope. I honestly would hope that it's a gimmick, because if she's still out there like skipping bitches by accident, that's an issue,
people.
Right?
Did we see them at Dynasty having the 3-way or later?
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, they didn't actually announce women's match for Dynasty, did they? Like a women's world title match. I mean, which one is it? Oh, Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. Yeah, fuck my life. And that is on the pay-per-view.
Distracted.
Yeah, so it looks like the 3-way is probably for Double or Nothing then. Unless they add Deonna Purrazzo to the storyline on Saturday, but that'd be kind of last minute. I prefer they just have the singles match and then build towards the 3-way after.
It's a 10-woman match for the belt.
Hey, listen, that's probably what they're gonna do on Raw, so don't knock it.
Oh my god, let's not start. We have a podcast for that.
We have the main event match tonight: Will Ospreay versus Claudio Castagnoli. Those motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. Fight forever.
Can I see? I just showed a clip of that damn giant swing reversal. Son of a bitch. That shit is starting from the end. That shit is awesome. He was rotating slow too, so I was like, "Oh no, like they're gonna fuck the DDT," but it's like, "Nah, man, Claudio's the man." They killed it. Great wrestling all the way through. I just love Will Ospreay.
Both those guys could go.
Claudio is awesome. Claudio is well known as the single best baser in professional wrestling. You want to get some shit off? You want to get some shit over?
Yeah.
That's the guy to do it with.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to have a bad match.
No, not at all. I kind of wish people would use him in more of a main event position than a supporting character slot.
Yeah.
But he did the damn thing tonight. They had exactly the match you thought they would have. Ospreay does win in an incredible finishing sequence. But I see it all happened in like 10 seconds. He did this giant swing reversal, immediately goes up top, does like a spiral tap, fucking right into a hidden blade. God, beautiful shit.
Yeah, I think they're running late on time.
It felt like it, but it matched the kind of match they were having. It didn't feel like out of nowhere we just pressed the fast forward button. It felt like the character Ospreay was like, I'm getting desperate. Like, I can't beat this guy. So he strung together 3 moves in the end.
Yeah,
well split Ospreay.
The post-match was interesting because I kind of got so caught up in the Will Ospreay being great of it that I forgot his position as one of the next top baby faces puts him entirely at odds with his own group. And so we finally got to see that on screen tonight when they come out and they jump Claudio. Ospreay was kind of like, oh, what the fuck is going on? But he doesn't get to do anything until and Mox comes out and handles it himself. But then you see afterwards as fucking Don Callis family gets cleared out of the ring. Ospreay never got involved, and then he berated them up the ramp. Like, what were y'all doing? I didn't ask for this type thing. Is that man getting jumped out of his gang on Sunday? What do y'all think?
What's it gonna be like when Aussie Open comes back? They'll team with him.
But
I
Kyle's
imagine
with Don Callis still, isn't he?
What's up?
Kyle's still with Don Callis, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kyle is with Don Callis. Yeah, the whole family is, honestly. Yeah. But
they'll split them up. They'll do like a bloodline thing, their own version.
Well, they did announce this match for Saturday, by the way, which after seeing the Brian and Claudio versus Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher, seeing Brian and Claudio versus Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita, it's just gonna be awesome. And it's got a stick. Oh, yeah. I was like, wow.
A bunkhouse brawl.
I'm gonna love that shit. It's an ODQ match. It's an ODQ match of 4 top-notch wrestlers, essentially. And I was just like, that's what I'm here for. Thank you for serving me, the customer.
Hell yeah.
But I am interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing what we're doing with Will Ospreay, because if he breaks up with the Don Callis family, then that would be the storyline headed into Double or Nothing. And who out of the Don Callis family is Ospreay having a pay-per-view match with? Because he's already fought all of them on television and Takeshita on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what direction that's headed in.
Takeshita
You guys, that's a possibility with a
or a new
skip.
guy.
The company doesn't usually run like rematches on pay-per-view back to back. That would be new.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible.
What choice do they have then?
Right? I imagine they could do a tag thing, but that would sink for a pay-per-view, especially Ospreay. Like, I don't want to see Will Ospreay in a tag match on pay-per-view, buddy. I need this man.
Especially. I was thinking about that.
I need the Ospreay experience.
Do you think they'll get someone different, like a Dolph Ziggler or something, bring him in?
That's definitely a possibility if they bring someone in to replace Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
If it's Ziggler, that kind of
that'd be dope. Ziggler and Ospreay.
I've been against bringing him or Ali in because of the perception.
Yeah.
You know, like you have enough guys.
Yeah.
But then thinking down that train of thought, they do have enough guys to slot someone into the Ospreay position in the group. Who the fuck does Callis have connections to on the roster that I'm not thinking of? Oh, this is an interesting question. I hadn't considered. There's something about this pay-per-view that I this build to the pay-per-view hasn't grabbed me as much as the build to Revolution did. Coming out of building to Revolution, I was like, man, I am excited for the show, but I'm also thinking like, oh, what's gonna fall out of it? What's it gonna look like on the other side? Blah blah blah. For this show, I'm really excited for the pay-per-view, but I realize now I hadn't even considered like what the fuck comes next. Because the weekly show wasn't really pulling me in as hard. Yeah. Jesus says it could be Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, Shelton.
Holy shit! If they brought in Shelton Benjamin and just positioned him in that spot immediately, that would actually be really cool. But that goes against everything I just said about Ziggler and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, like, matter. Shelton's my man.
Right? Shelton's the man, though.
Interesting.
Look, Shelton versus Ospreay on pay-per-view. That should be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Just give the credit card now.
Just give it to me. Just sign Shelton for 4 weeks just for that. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
What's the match for? Who cares?
I didn't ask. Oh, we asking questions now, Tony? Don't play with me. Just book it.
Yeah.
Just give it to us. Just give it to us.
Nah, man. I'm really interested in seeing what they do with Ospreay because, of course, we all believe, and it kind of makes sense that he'll be headed into the world title match at the end of August. But we do have the whole fucking summer. Excuse me, leading up to that. So that will be fun. That's good. Oh shit, they've got Forbidden Door too. Man.
Yeah, that's on Long Island.
Oh man. Oh, you're gonna head to that, Frank?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jealous.
Tony Hayes says Peoria, Illinois, not a urinary infection. It is a city. It does smell like piss though.
Wow.
Damn. He said he might go to Collision though. So brave the smell. Sue says, I know your dream is Matt Riddle. Hey, listen, he can wrestle, man. He's just got some problems, okay? He just doesn't seem to stay out of his issues. Leave him alone.
Lives his life, right?
It's his life. He wants to bang porn stars and shit. That's on him, dog. What are y'all bothering this man for?
He's like me too. Right?
Hell yeah. But that did you guys have anything more to say about that main event match?
No, it was just sick. You put those two guys together and they could go. They got to do another one now.
They do got to do another one. That was short. Like that was like a morsel, like a taste of what they could do.
Yeah,
an appetizer.
Exactly.
A dessert, an appetizer, a breadstick.
Yeah.
I thought overall that this Dynamite didn't feel like the go home Dynamites of old.
It was missing
Dynamite.
Yeah,
it did. It was missing some sauce a little bit.
Yeah.
Moxley showing up though at the beginning of the show kind of reminded me how much she's missed in this product.
Yeah.
Like he comes out and he feels like the guy. He feels like AEW's guy. Like the dude is here.
Yeah.
He's Mr. AEW. I feel like that shit is undeniable. When the product doesn't have him on regularly, it suffers just by way of him not being there. Okay. And no, you go ahead, Frank.
No, I said 100%, man.
Okay, yeah.
Like his whole personality is what AEW is about, and when they don't have it, it feels naked. It just feels flat all the time.
That comparison is great.
It's so interesting because he's so willing to do what this story needs him to do, and because of that, the company treats him so well. And then the fans confuse that with like him being like, I don't want to lose. Like, do you know who the fuck John Moxley is? Like the dude will put anybody over. He just wants to wrestle.
He wants to beat someone up.
He's the kind of guy who'll go from Japan right to AEW right away if they need him.
Literally. He's literally
that time difference too. Holy man.
Yeah. I'm world champion on the other side of the world, but guess what?
I'll be there in an hour.
I'll be right there.
Hold my spot.
Yeah, God.
So here's still hoping that the Double or Nothing, I guess, road to Double or Nothing is a bit more enticing than the road to Dynasty. Though I'm pretty sure Dynasty is going to be a big ass meal. So I'm ready. So, gentlemen, it is that time where we choose our jobber of the night.
John.
Hello.
You totally skipped over a match.
Did I?
Yeah. It wasn't a big one. You skipped over one. It was OC and Shane Taylor.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Yeah, I wasn't too excited either, but it was on the card.
No, absolutely.
Not to mention the Bullet Club segment.
It was a pretty normal David and Goliath match between Orange Cassidy and Shane Taylor. I am more and more impressed by Shane Taylor every week. I like him as a wrestler. I like what he's got going on. He's got a great aura around him. I think adding a Go-Go's kind of sucked a little bit away from what they had going on. Like, what are we doing?
He looks so long all the time.
He's been gone for so long, and then he comes back and he's doing his dumbass. I understand the logic, right? This fucking kidney punch. If you punch someone in the kidney, you can actually fuck them up in real life, right? Yeah. This is a televised pro wrestling event, and the reason why moves are not the reason why moves are flashy and they don't actually hurt you is because they're supposed to impress you. He does the kidney punch finish, and the camera has to hide it, right? So now we already don't get to see the impact. So there's no oomph to this. He's just I did the kidney punch.
Yeah. Take one for the team and stop being bitches, right?
I just do it.
Take that little
Big Show used to just punch people in the face. What's your finisher? I punch people in the face.
That's so straightforward.
Yeah. It's not that the kidney punch is the issue. It's how do you incorporate that into a wrestling environment as a big impact finish. They're doing this big beatdown of Orange Cassidy. It's supposed to be this big thing, but it's like this subtle silencer going off. Okay.
Yeah. And then you hear Gunther chops, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I'm saying, a fucking Gunther chop would have a Gunther chop which doesn't do like any real fucking damage beyond like a bruise on your chest. And it looks like it killed you. You know what I'm saying?
My chest hurts. About this.
Although my favorite part of that segment was just Trent being a dirty ass hater. Like,
oh my god, you see his shirt?
Yeah.
He didn't have no intention of jumping in, but he did stop anybody else who fucking thought that they were gonna get involved.
So shocked and confused in the ring.
Yeah, that's excellent. They're like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Go ahead." All right then.
Kill him.
Yeah. Trent's another one though. That dude could go. He always has good matches.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. He's been a big what if for me because before he signed to AEW, New Japan had him slotted as he was going to be one of their guys going forward. Like they were going to start booking him as a main singles dude, but he decided to go with AEW Chuck Taylor, and then unfortunately he got the really bad neck injury, and he was gone for like a year and a half or whatever.
Yeah. And he's been around forever.
He has. Fucking, what is he, like 2007 ECW, 2008 ECW alumni?
Oh, I remember those days.
He was. You're right. You're absolutely right. The Dude Busters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an old
name here. Yeah. Trent Beretta and the Dude Busters. No, when he first came back from the neck injury, I thought that was the time to turn him. I thought like they were doing the issue with him and Yuta. Like, how dare they replace me with Wheeler Yuta? And I was ready for them to go with Trent. Like, this is it. And they didn't. And they waited 2 fucking years. Like, and a bit of it feels too late. But
yeah, they're not gonna do anything with them now, probably.
But I'm willing to at least see it out because I wanted it for so long ago. So there's that.
Yeah.
But
where's Wheeler? Wheeler, he's hurt.
He is hurt, and it was originally. I didn't know it was so bad because they had originally announced him for the CMLL versus Blackpool Combat Club match in Mexico like 3 weeks ago. And then they pulled him and just haven't heard from him since. I think he's still the Ring of Honor Pure Champion too. Yep. Like, it used to be 30-day rule around those things, but
I miss those days.
It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
And then finally the Bullet Club Gold challenged the Acclaim Trios versus 6-man titles at the pay-per-view. This is probably long overdue.
Yeah. ROH doesn't need 6-man tag belts.
No, but they're so pretty. They just got them like 2 weeks ago. I don't know why they replaced those belts. Like, what the fuck? 2 weeks ago, randomly, they didn't even make any fucking fanfare around it. The fucking Bullet Club Gold just showed up with new belts. And it was like, oh shit.
Kyle Fletcher's the champion. In all honesty.
Television champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he barely defends on there. But he did defend the pay-per-view against Lee Johnson and showed me a whole new Lee Johnson that I didn't even know existed. I was like, where the fuck?
Johnson was around.
That's what I said. So I turned on that Ring of Honor show and I was like, oh shit, Lee Johnson. They fucking killed it. I said, holy shit. If this was Lee Johnson 3 years ago, he would have been one of the pillars. They wouldn't have gave up on him.
They wouldn't. Didn't Bryan Danielson want to push him?
He did. Right. Cody did
Lee
too.
Moriarty too.
Yeah, he wanted Lee Moriarty. I don't know what the fuck happened with Lee Moriarty. I don't want to call racism, but no, there's 3. There was Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, and Lee Moriarty. Daniel Garcia got given to Chris Jericho. Wheeler Yuta got given to the BCC. Lee Moriarty got left hanging. They had him in like random fucking groups. They had him in the MF group. They had him with Big Bill. They have him in SGP.
Weren't they?
I was like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't give Lee a mentor figure? Like, what happened?
Nope.
How do we
afford it?
I don't. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's suspicious.
Well, they put him on Dark. That's
fucked up.
He was so good there.
Well, he at least got
the joke, right?
At least he got to choke out Orange Cassidy tonight. God,
he was probably stoked for that too.
We are failing this man. All right, so I guess that's AEW Dynamite. Now we can talk about our jobbers of the night, and I will let you go first, my friend Caesar.
Okay, let's see. I have a list. I came prepared, but in all honesty, I'm just gonna give it to Line Hook. All
right, like, understandable.
I didn't know about the injury, and then all of a sudden, I just blinked and Taz is on the side of the ring clenching his leg, and I'm like, "What?" Yeah, I'm like, I've seen Taz wrestle in the past, and I've been a fan, but I'm like, "What the hell?" So, and again, like you said, it seemed a little bit forced. It seemed like it was underacted. They could have done a lot more with it, but Sunday, that's all we can wait for now.
Jesus says his jobber of the night is Chris Jericho.
Thank you, Jesus.
Agreed. Frank, who's your jobber of the night, my friend?
Oh, Mercedes. She's terrible.
Oh, that was my other one.
Mercedes Moné.
So bad.
Also, what the?
She's terrible. I know she could go in the ring, but dude, I can't take her promos, running out to do nothing. Like it's just boring as hell.
Running or hopping.
Yeah, that's why I said she's definitely not cleared. There's just no way. There's just no way. That doesn't trend. That doesn't track with the way they've booked any free agent they've ever gotten in this company. Even CM Punk was wrestling 2 weeks into his return.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be another month because she's booked for Double or Nothing. She is not booked for Dynasty.
Yeah.
That was the tip off when they said she's booked for Double or Nothing. I was like, yeah,
great.
She's broken.
Yeah,
understandable. The heel is not a joke. My job of the night tonight is going to go. My job of the night is going to be Chris Jericho. Unfortunately, not even because of this segment alone, but
just how they're handling him.
No, it's not them. It's him. He's got a lot of creative pull here. He's an actual creative consultant in the company. That is a title that he gets paid for. Not to mention his stories and his segments, they always have a stench that he made, like he's been driving them. And this one is no different. But you know what? Taking it a little further away from the Jericho, I gotta give it to my boy this week.
Ooh.
God damn it, Hook. He had nothing. He had nothing for them. They tried to kill your father, bro, on television. What were you doing? He was just like, I don't know, man. We were arguing in the car.
Please get me McDonald's.
Yeah, that dad didn't buy me the fucking Happy Meal, so you know what? I'll take a little minute. I'll take a little minute to attack him.
Yeah, Hook is strange because he hasn't really got better since he started.
I gotta agree with that. I think his best performance so far has been the Samoa Joe match, and it kind of felt like that was all on Joe.
Yeah.
But
literally,
it's one of those things where I was like, I don't know, Hook. Somebody like Hook would benefit from what Jack Perry has right now. Just like going to Japan and finding yourself on the other side of the world, an excursion. That's what these excursions are for. That's why I've always wanted AEW to utilize that more often. Sending Jack Perry to Japan to get the fucking heat off and then come back as a massive heel. That's fucking awesome. That's literally the most fucking smart Mark dream shit. That's the type of shit you fucking say on a podcast like this one. Like, you know what would be great if they sent him over to New Japan. He fucking turned heel and he found himself and he came back as a big ass heel. Like that's that's exactly what they did with Jack Perry. Fucking down. Hook needs that.
With Jack Swagger too. Give him something to do. Right?
Jack Swagger is 10 years too late. He's gonna have to go fucking find a job at McDonald's.
Nope.
No, got a good gig, right?
Actually, Hook, Sammy Guevara, I'd send them to Japan. Send them both to Japan. Get the fuck. Anna Jay to Stardom. Yes, Jesus, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good pick.
I don't know why the fuck she wasn't over there while Jack Perry was in Japan. Like you're literally, you know what? Whatever.
Y'all screwed up.
That would have been so convenient. They are literally together. But maybe actually, to be fair, it does look like they're involving Anna Jay with the Stardom girls a little more lately. So maybe that's in the cards. I'd like that a lot. I'd like to see them use the excursions a lot. But
yeah, she has potential. They just got to do something right with her.
She really does. When she first started, she was learning at such a fast rate. I was really impressed. Then she got the she injured, I think, the shoulder, and upon her return, she kind of lost a little bit of the improvement that she had gained, and I feel like she didn't really get it back on track since then. But shit, Send her to Japan. We gonna fucking you say send her to the dojos over there. She come back a badass.
Get out of her.
Jesus says Jake Hager is washed. He's cooked. It's over for him. But we love his
Ooh.
hat.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Hat
do.
love.
Yes, we fucking do.
We need hats too now.
Yeah,
Gentlemen.
good deal. All right.
Gentlemen, let me know who your megastars of the night. Brought to you by monk.com. Promo code DSR10.
I'll let you go
You go-
first on this one.
All right.
Or when you
My
say-
megastar of the night is it sucks to do this again. But you know what? I'll go with someone else. I was just gonna go with my
Ooh.
boy Ospreay, but you know what? I gotta
Is
give
it
it to my
Swerve?
man. Swerve. Bro. He had like 5 minutes on this fucking show and he maximized the shit out of them. He felt like one of the most
Yeah.
important characters on the entire episode.
5 minutes and it's a big moment.
From the way they did the interview where he's like, I'm not even doing this shit. Like, I'll see you in the ring tonight. I was like, oh shit. To the actual segment where he fucking came out there and did the goddamn Swerve super stomp and took out like 10 people.
The mega stomp.
Like a Mario stomp. You know when you hold him down first, then you let him go. Jesus says megastar of the night, Mercedes Moné and John Moxley.
I agree with
Understandable, my
Moxley.
friend.
No.
John, oh, thank you, Mac. You know you're the man. Frank, my friend, who's your megastar of the night?
Man, I'm the Swerve mark. Swerve is the man.
Yes, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Dude, he could do nothing wrong at this point. You know.
Just gotta
He
win.
really
Yeah.
can't, man. That's such a world champion. God
Oh my
damn
God.
it.
Dude. Yeah, he's crossover. He's the guy AEW needs to get eyes on the product.
Mm-hmm.
And they better not just job him out in a couple months. You know, just give him a
3
little-
months.
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna have to do it to Ospreay, and it's gonna suck though because Ospreay's awesome, Swerve is awesome. It's just bad timing,
Wembley.
you know. Yeah, it's like the best match ever, you know, for AEW. The
Wembley.
fans are gonna go nuts in England. It's gonna be
And
crazy.
sing.
Yeah,
It's with Ospreay is also this cool real life layer to it because he got rejected. Like, WWE kind of rejected him. They
Oh, I remember those days.
squeezed the juice out of him. They stuck him in Hit Row because
Yeah.
he looks like he belongs in a group like Hit Row, which has the undertones that feel uncomfortable already. Then you kind of see the way his career would have turned out if he had not gotten the opportunity to come out here and spread his fucking wings the way he has.
And
And not
Swerve.
just that, when WWE reached out to Swerve and he told him to eat dick and sent the fucking lawyer to tell him to eat dick and then send him all the Tony Khan, like, look at what they're trying to do over here on the side. That kind of loyalty gets rewarded.
yeah.
That's what we're seeing here tonight and over the past few months. Him rising to the occasion, being rewarded and being there to impress upon the reward. Like, they gave him an opportunity that he might not have gotten otherwise. And he knocked that shit out of the park.
Freaking slayed it.
To rise up that ladder and actually become like world championship material in this company. That has been a privilege to watch. I cannot wait to see it reach that peak on Sunday. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's gonna
So-
feel great.
All right, quick question. What are they gonna do with him? Are they gonna try to make him a heel or a face because he's super over?
Just keep him where he is.
I think that if you want, I think Will Ospreay is
Yeah.
going to be your top babyface. And I think that every top babyface needs a top heel, a top villain, a top rival. I think Swerve is such a great fucking heel, man. He's so good and conniving and evil, and he's got this sneer, and he was gonna kill a baby once.
But I still think
people love
would
him.
cheer Yeah.
They're gonna cheer him because he's so cool.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly.
if he goes to England and tries to kill Will Ospreay's, stepson and wife, I think
They'll
like
cheer
it'll be really fun. It'll be fine.
They'll
You
cheer
can
him
flip
more.
it real fast.
Do you think they'll be so amped up?
I think having Swerve as the heel headed into Wembley is the right move. I think that's the way to go. So I would love to get him the title and then turn
Let them
him
kill each other.
as soon as possible.
45
maybe we
minutes
leave-
Wembley.
Or maybe you leave him as a babyface until right before Ospreay, just because maybe you don't want the people to start liking him again by the time summer comes. Like you want the assholeness to be fresh on everyone's mind.
Yeah, I can't wait either way. You hear the
yes.
50,000, screaming for Ospreay, screaming Swerve's house. It's gonna be nuts.
Oh man, that's gonna be awesome.
Dude, the
So,
energy's gonna be sick.
Caesar, last one of the night.
So mine's in a different direction completely. I mean, yes, Swerve is amazing. Yes, Ospreay is amazing. I'm gonna give it to these three gentlemen, specifically the Elite, but more specifically, Matt. Why? The way he did the thing with the FTR part, going, we don't have time for this shit. We got to cut something more important. Then this part where he started doing his own like comms, like it's so heelish. It's just them being heels. It's great.
I
Like,
love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
and then he was calling out Daniel Garcia mid-match, like, show us why we hired you. And then Garcia just starts like picking him up and throwing him.
The suplex, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit. So
I had been a Young Bucks fan for a long time, and I remember well, probably that long, but when they were Generation Me, I'm not gonna lie and be like I was the only guy saying let's go Generation Me.
I was the one.
I was certainly aware of them. But after they got fired from TNA, they had their first real matches in Ring of Honor, and then I started following them in kind of PWG.
Ooh.
There was a moment in PWG where their home base turned against them.
Damn.
And they took all those complaints and they took everything that the people were saying online and all the Jim Cornette-isms, because that was a problem back then too. They're killing the business. And they turned it into their gimmick. They turned it into who would become the Bullet Club Young Bucks that would turn them into the fucking tag team that was so big that New Japan literally didn't have a space for them. And to see them do like an elevated version of that, that's exactly what they're doing now. It's all the things, all the bullshit people have made up online that they've not been able to respond to due to whatever reasons. And they've turned it into a story on television, and people are like hooked sinker, like, oh god, they're such assholes.
Yeah.
I hate them.
They're dicks
I
to
hate
them.
the Bucks.
Well,
God.
they always have a great sense of humor, so they play it off good.
That's exactly it. That's 100% it. It takes a sense of humor to be able to take your criticisms and wear them that.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's what you
Yeah,
have to do.
exactly.
I enjoy the shit out of it. Like you said, particularly this turn that shit off.
Yeah,
I
they
hate
cut
throwing
it
that
off
away.
just for their own shenanigans is great.
Down. So, gents, I mean, that's been our episode of AEW Dynamite.
Oh, we did it.
We definitely did. Just a couple quick things. I would like all of you out there to visit us
Literally, all of
at
it.
comicbookclick.com/DirtSheetRadio. I am writing my ass off, but you motherfuckers have showed us that it is worth it. Thank you so much for visiting Dirt Sheet Radio, comicbookclick.com/DirtSheetRadio as much as you have. You've shown me that it is worth the effort, and I will show you that I am worth your time. So definitely shop with us as well. Shop DSR on our Shopify store. It is run by my wife. She is very nice. I love her. I will also be posting some content of her. She's an artist. I'll be posting some content from her on my page to kind of give you all a taste of what it is that she offers, because she's actually a really good artist. Boom. As well as the Cold Case Project on YouTube, belonging to Nick LaRocco's brother, Tony LaRocco. If you missed Nick tonight, thank you, Frank, for taking his spot for us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
my
Frank.
Of course, man.
brother. I really
Anytime.
appreciate that.
Yeah, whenever you guys need me, just let me know. I'm always down.
Yeah, we love having you on, brother. So
Thank
definitely
you. Likewise.
check out the Cold Case Project on YouTube. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of Cold Case content. If you're into your mysterious dead folks, trying to solve some mysteries,
folks.
check that out for sure. A couple other things. Catch the Major Issue Show every single Thursday over on the Comic Book Click Network. They are covering superhero content endlessly. Films, books, merchandise, any goddamn thing that superhero related is being covered on the Major Issues show every single Thursday. Check me out personally later tonight in the probably about like 1 a.m. Eastern time on the flagship stream, Dirt Sheet Radio. I'll be on there with Greg. Nick is taking a week off. You can catch me talking the week's biggest news, including a really interesting question that Greg and I are going to address. Has the WWE surpassed the Attitude Era?
Find out later.
It's going to be fun. And then finally, the Delphin Pod shows are available everywhere. Delphin Pod podcasts are anywhere any podcasts are available. The Delphin Pod podcasts specialize in pop culture and cinema. So if you're into all your movies, normal movies, Star Wars movies, Disney movies, Marvel movies, it doesn't fucking matter. If you are into movies or pop culture television, check out the Delphin Pod shows. And nestled in between all of that, one beautiful pro wrestling podcast called Dirt Sheet Radio. Hello, that's us.
Yeah.
Hunk.com, promo code DSR10 for your aroma therapy needs. And now you, gentlemen, let the people know where they can find you. Whee!
Your exact location.
Don't give them your address.
If any of you are into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I got a school in New Jersey, in Franklin, New Jersey, Enforcers BJJ. I also have Enforcers Pro Wrestling. I've been lazy with that. I'll get back on it soon, but my ass is working 14, 16-hour days, so screw you all for now. Thank you.
I love it. That's beautiful. Caesar.
Hey guys, thank you as always for joining us on this awesome edition of AEW Dynamite. Thank you again to Frank for joining us, hanging out. Appreciate it. Nick will be back next week, actually, which is awesome. As for myself, I go by NoobTube on social media. There's too many names, so I'm not going to name all of them because it'll take literally forever. And I hope to see you guys on next week's episode. And as well, you'll see me on the Monday with the man himself, the pro wrestling hipster, Tyler Parsons. Back to you, John.
Yes, that's what's up. And of course, you can catch all the DSR shows live all week long after every single major professional wrestling show on television. God damn it. Monday after Raw, Tuesday after NXT, Wednesday after Dynamite, Thursday after TNA Impact, Friday after SmackDown, Saturday and Sunday after PLE and PPVs. And god damn it, someday we will get an AEW Collision stream.
Waiting for that, man.
God damn. You'll get that up running soon. But for now, thank you all for joining us. We'll catch y'all next week.
Oh, yeah.
Dynasty.